everyone to a start of the new week. Thanks for joining me. We're going to start today lying on our back, so feel free to make your way to Shavasana. We're going to start here so that we can allow ourselves to settle into the space, connect with our breath for our practice this afternoon. So as you're working your way onto your back, maybe you roll out your wrists, roll out your ankles a little bit. If it feels comfortable for you this afternoon, feel free to allow your eyes to close. If not, just have a soft gaze. So once again, we're laying on our back, coming into Shavasana. Those that have just joined us, allow your feet to flop open to the side and allow your chest to open so that your palms are facing up. And now that you've settled into your space, feeling how your body feels today, just notice your breath. No need to alter anything at this point. Just taking that inhale as it comes and allowing the exhale to release. Now that you've taken a couple breaths here, just notice your jaw. Is there any tension that you might be holding in that space? Is there any tension within your neck? Maybe on the sides, maybe on the back. And send some breath to those spaces. Take a notice of that position between your eyebrows, that third eye, that point of intuition. Notice if there's any tension that can be released in that space. And send your breath there. And so, as you can sense, I'm starting to focus on the top part of the body. And so, on your next inhale, send some breath into your jaw. And then open your mouth, exhale, and release. On your next inhale, send some breath into your neck. And then exhale and release. On your third inhale, send any breath that's necessary into that third eye, that space between your eyebrows, and release. And continue like that. An inhale, focusing on your jaw. And then an inhale, focusing on your neck. And then an inhale on that third eye. Take those breaths once more on your own pace. Maybe elongating the exhale just a little bit, releasing some of that tension. And once you've made that third breath and send it through the third eye, bring your knees into your chest so that I can see we're at the same point. Nice. Rocking them back and forth, rolling side to side. And then take your knees over to the right side, keeping them bent. So we can start to send that breath down through the back of the body. Maybe you take your arms out wide in the shape of a T. Or maybe you have your elbows bent, stretching out through the chest with goalpost arms. And let's start to send the breath into the shoulders and down through the back. Imagining how each of those muscles and those bones are oriented, opening throughout the front body. And then notice how those muscles go down alongside your rib cage. And then on your next inhale, bring your knees back into your chest. And then exhale, taking them over to the left side. Just like we did before, feel free to experiment with arms open at a T, elbows bent, allowing the chest to open a little more at a field goal pose. And send your breath into the opening throughout the front body, the lengthening along the side body. And then on your next inhale, bring your knees back into your chest and rock back and forth for a little bit. And then place that left knee or the left foot down onto the mat and extend the right foot up into the air. Depending on your flexibility this afternoon, you might grab behind your strong hamstrings. Or if you're a little more flexible, you might be able to walk your hands up behind your calf. And let's just point and flex our toe here, starting to stretch out throughout the ankle, throughout the calf muscle. And then let's hold at that flexed toe position as if you're making a footprint on the ceiling. And on your next inhale, start to bring that leg a little bit closer to your nose and hold here for a couple breaths. Really focusing on those nice strong muscles throughout the back of the leg. And then point the toe, keeping that leg in the same position. Flex the toe. And then let's cross that ankle over the left knee, coming to a figure four, starting to stretch out through the hip joint, working our way down from the top of our body. You might take your right hand and allow it to guide your inner right thigh out. And your left hand can be helping to ground down on your left hip. Sending breath once again to any points that you might feel a little stickiness this afternoon. And then on your next inhale, bring that knee into your chest and bring the left knee in as well, rocking back and forth, maybe making circles with your knees. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So place that left or right foot down on the ground, extend the left foot up into the air, find a point that feels comfortable for your stretch, just avoiding grabbing on the back of the knee. And start to point and flex your toes. Sending that blood, that movement into the ankle joint, extending it through the back of the leg. And then flex your foot and start to bring your knee in towards your nose. Could just be a little movement, might be a little bit more. And then keeping that distance between your nose and your knee, point your toe. And then flex your toe, point your toe, flex your toe. And then let's cross that left ankle over the right knee, coming to that figure four. Allowing your hands to guide the inner thigh out while your other hand is helping to round down on the right hip point, opening through the front of that sacred space. And then on your next inhale, bring both knees into your chest, rocking back and forth. And then cross your ankles and start to rock alongside your spine, front and back on your mat, engaging through the core. And eventually, you might rock over your crossed ankles, coming into a tabletop position. Come onto all fours here. And we're gonna move through some cat-cows. So on your inhale, open through your chest, sticking your booty in the air. Exhale, rounding into your chin, extending up through the spine. Inhale as you stick your chest, chin, and booty up and back. And exhale as you tuck your chin, rounding through your spine. And continue with that movement however it feels good in your body today. Yeah, you might turn your wrists around, being gentle with the rocking back and forth. Maybe you take your fingertips and your wrists out to the side and rock side to side. Whatever feels right in your body today. And then come back to a point of stillness, that flat back, and stick the right foot back. Once again, let's rock back and forth here, continuing to stretch out the back of our leg. And then hold back so that we're stretching all along the strong butt, coming down into our Achilles heel. And then on your next inhale, let's bring that leg up. Nice and flat, toes are pointed down. Extend that left arm, coming into a bird dog. And then on your next exhale, let's bring the elbow in together, the knee into the nose, and release out. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale as you round together. Exhale as you extend out. Inhale, bringing your knee and your nose. Exhale, extending out. Once more like that. Let's hold on the inhale, knee into nose, and then release down onto our flat back, all fours. Let's take our left foot back and rock there. Once again, maybe you'll flip one wrist upside down here. If it feels like there's too much strain, releasing some of that pressure. And let's hold that left foot back. And then on your next inhale, let's bring it up. So it's a nice long line, your toes pointing down, and extend that right arm up. And then let's go into that same motion. On your inhale, curl together, the knee into the nose, and exhale, extending back and out. Continue like that with whatever pace feels right for you. Inhaling, feeling the stretch along the back body. Exhaling as you're extending out. And then the next time that you come into the little ball in the middle, hold here. And then release down onto all fours. Let's bring both of our feet back this time, coming into a plank pose. So we've been building the strength throughout the back body, engaging through our abs here. And then press back into our downward facing dog, the first one of our class together. So make sure you have a nice bend in your knees. Maybe you're up on your tippy toes this time. Really pressing down into all 10 fingers, sending your hips up to the sky. Maybe you're pulsing out, heel down, another heel down. Whatever movement you need to come into this first one, or inverted V. And then come to a point of stillness here. Taking a nice strong inhale here. Exhale with your mouth open. Do that once more. Inhale. Exhale through your mouth. And then let's start to walk our feet to the top of our mat, allowing them to come in between our hands and grab opposite elbows. bend in your knee, and then rock side to side. Allow the crown of your head to fall down into the earth. And then let's clasp our hands behind our back. Have a nice bend in our knees here. Maybe our feet are about hip width apart. And just extend our arms up and back as the crown of our head falls forward. Continuing that stretch along the front side of the body, the shoulders. And then allow your hands to come down, resting on your shins, extending out for a nice strong flat back. Exhale as we fold forward, releasing down to the earth. And inhale as we bring our arms up overhead. Exhale as we bring our hands to heart center. Pausing here, closing our eyes. Taking an inhale. Taking an exhale. Let's inhale our arms up overhead. Exhale, let's keep our hands down along the mid-body as we bend our knees, folding at our hips, and then releasing into our forward fold. Let's inhale as we come to our halfway lift, hands on shin. And exhale, this time planting our hands and crouching down into that little ball. So much of a crouch that you'll come up on your toes, drop your head down, start to feel the stretch in that lower back. If it's available for you, you can walk your hands forward. Maybe you walk them out to the side, whatever is good for the balance. And then bring them back in front, lowering back onto your heels, stretching up. Inhale for our flat back. Exhale, folding forward, releasing down once again. And inhale, bringing our hands up through center, up overhead. Exhale, bringing our hands to heart center. Let's do that once again. So inhale our hands up, exhaling through the midline of the body as we hinge at our hips, releasing down. Inhale for our halfway lift, hands out on shins. And then exhale, planting our fingers, crouching forward. Once again, our heels come up off of the mat. We're tucking our forehead and our chin, coming to that little ball. And then on your inhale, plant your feet as you come up into your halfway lift. Exhale as you forward fold, releasing. And then inhale, arms up through midline overhead. Exhale as we come to heart center. Nice job. We'll change it up this time. Let's inhale, bring our hands out, up, and then releasing as we forward fold down to the midline. Inhale as we come to our halfway lift. And then this time on the exhale, plant your fingers and step that right foot back. Untucking the back toe, dropping down onto the knee, and walking your hands up on the inner left thigh. Coming into our stretch here, Anjaneyasana, feeling what that feels like to stretch out the hip flexor, often getting really tight from spending time sitting. And then if you want a little bit of a chest opener, feel free to clasp your fingers behind you, leading with your chest, looking up. And then release, planting our hands down, walking them back as that left foot flips up, feeling the stretch throughout the back of the left leg here. Nice job. And then walk our hands forward, untucking that right toe, coming into our low lunge here, and then rising up to our high lunge. Imagine as if your inner thighs are pulling them together. You're really stabilizing, engaging through your core and your butt muscles. And then bring your hands down to frame your foot, stepping that left foot back, coming into our downward facing dog here. Let's take a couple breaths, sending that nourishing air into any points of tension. Inhaling through our nose, exhaling through our mouth. Once more like that, inhaling through our nose, exhaling through our mouth. Nice, and then let's rock forward, coming back into our plank pose here, lowering down through our knees, chest and chin, pressing forward and up into our low cobra, and then tucking our forehead to the mat, our toes as we come back into our downward facing dog. And then let's walk our feet to the top of the mat, once again hanging forward here. Inhaling for our halfway lift, flat back. Exhale as we release, folding forward. And inhale as we rise our arms up through midline. Exhale as we come to heart center. Let's inhale, bring our hands out and up. Exhale, hinging at our hips, bending our knees, traveling through midline. Inhale for our halfway lift. And then this time as we fold forward, take that left foot back, untuck the toe, drop the knee, and walk our hands to the inner right thigh. Stretching out through the left hip flexor, that front body. Sending breath. And then like we did on the other side, if you want to stretch out throughout the front body, take your hands, clasp them behind you, and then start to open your chest to the ceiling. Releasing your hands out in front, walking them back so that you allow that right front toe to flex, feeling that stretch throughout the back of the leg. Keep going like that. I'm just going to check out alignment on everyone. Looks good. And then walk your hands forward, untucking that front or that back toe, planting your hands down, coming back into our downward facing dog. Breathing here. And then let's rock forward, coming into our plank once again, lowering down into our knees, our chest and our chin, pressing up, extending through the chest for a low cobra, tucking our forehead to the mat, and then pressing back into our downward facing dog. Or I know it's warm, so maybe you drop down into a child's pose. Whatever feels most comfortable for you today. Take some breaths here. And then start to walk your feet to the top of the mat, coming to a forward fold. Inhale for our halfway lift. Exhale as we fold forward. And then inhale, bringing our hands up through midline. Exhale, dropping down to heart center. Nice. We're gonna switch things up for this next round. So like we did last week, we're gonna come into a Krishna pose. I'll show you what that looks like from the front. You're going to take your right foot and you're gonna step it behind you in that curtsy position. You can see how my knees are bent. And then you're gonna extend your right arm up and over, feeling that stretch along the entire right side of the body. You might take that left arm and slightly start to extend the right over. And then on your inhale, coming back up to center, exhaling into your forward fold. And then inhale on your halfway lift. Exhale, planting your fingers, taking your right foot back, and then keeping that left leg bent, rising up into our warrior one. So you're imagining that the weight of your body is rolling off the back pinky toe side edge. And then let's open, coming into our warrior two. Knee is nice and bent still, arms are out strong. And then let's tip up, allowing that stretch to come to the left side body as we come into our reverse warrior. And then circle our arms back down, pressing into our downward facing dog. Moving through plank, lowering our knees, chest and chin. Pressing up for our low cobra. Tucking our forehead and our toes. Coming back to our downward facing dog. Breathing here. And then walk, step, or jump your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale for our halfway lift. Exhale as we're folding forward. And then inhale as we rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, bringing our hands to heart center. Nice. Let's do that on the other side. So Krishna pose, having a left foot travel. So bending the knees, stepping that left foot behind us, arms up overhead. Left hand is guiding over to the right side of the body. You can see me from this side. Nice. You can see I have a nice little bounce in my knees here. And then open up to the top. Forward fold. Inhale for our halfway lift. And then exhale, planting our fingers, stepping that left foot back, spinning through the heel, rising up to our warrior one. Nice, strong legs. Once again, the alignment, take notice how my ankle and knee are stacked. Pressing down, sending the weight to the pinky toe side of my back foot. And then open, spinning that heel, the back foot coming into our warrior two. Nice and strong. And then tipping that front hand back and up, sending that stretch into the right side of the body. And then turning forward, planting our hands down, sending that right foot back into our downward facing dog. Inhaling as we come out to our strong plank. Exhale, lower to our knees, chest and chin. Inhale as we rise up to baby cobra. Exhale as we tuck our forehead and our toes. We come to our inverted V, our downward facing dog, or that child's pose. Breathing here. Inhaling through our nose. Exhaling through our mouth. Once more, inhaling through our nose. Exhaling through our mouth. And let's walk, step, or jump our feet to the top of the mat. Inhaling as we come to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Once again, allowing ourselves to come to that tiny little ball. Coming up onto our tiptoes, tucking our head. And then exhale as we rise up to our halfway lift. And then fold forward. Inhale as we rise up through midline. Exhale as we come to heart center. Let's build on to that. So inhale as we take our right foot up and back for our Krishna pose, arms overhead. Exhale as we fold forward. Inhale as we halfway lift. Exhale as we fold forward, step that right foot back, rising up to our warrior one. Take our hands behind our back, clasp them, and then allow your body to come forward, coming into a humble warrior, which means that your front body, the shoulders, are on the inside of your left knee. Your head then drops down. Releasing our hands to the earth, opening our arms up as we come into our warrior two. Nice job. And then reverse our warrior here. Left hand up to the sky. Notice my front knee is still bent. And then lower that left knee down to the earth. Right hand overhead, coming into a side twist. Breathing here. And then the next time you come up, straighten that front, right, or left knee, extending our hands up, coming into a reverse triangle. Front knee is straight, sending that long breath line through the entire left side of the body. And then bending that front knee, cartwheeling our hands down to the earth, pressing in, sending that left foot back as we come into our downward facing dog. Inhaling as we move to our plank pose. Exhale as we lower down. Inhale as we press into our low cobra. Exhale, tucking our chin, walking back into our downward facing dog. Breathing here. Take another breath in here together. Exhale through our mouth. Once more, inhale through our nose. Exhale through our mouth. And then bend our knees, come onto our toes, walk, step, or jump to the front of our mat. Inhale to our halfway lift. Exhale as we forward fold. Inhale, arms up through midline overhead. Exhale as we come to heart center. This time we're going to take our left foot back behind us, coming into the Krishna curtsy. Stepping, having that little bounce, allowing the right hand to guide the left one over. And then inhale, coming back to center, diving forward. Inhale for our halfway lift. Exhale, planting our hands, stepping that left foot back, rising up to our warrior one. Nice, strong, long back leg. That bend in the front leg, protecting the knee. Let's interlace our hands behind our back. Open up to the sky, extend, and then bow down for our humble warrior. Taking our chest, our shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Releasing our head. And then drop our hands down to the mat, circling them up and around, opening throughout the back foot as we come into our warrior two. Nice and strong here. And then tip that front finger up and back as you come into your reverse warrior. Really thinking about stretching up rather than just tilting back and crunching on the left side. And then bring our right hand down alongside our right foot as we come into our side twist. And then as we lift up, straighten that front leg, coming up and back for a reverse triangle. Once again, lifting up, stretching out through that entire long right side of the body. And then releasing both hands down to the earth, pressing in, sending that right leg back, coming to our downward facing dog. Let's inhale and exhale through our mouth. Once again, inhale here, exhale through our mouth. And then onto your tiptoes. Walk yourself to the top of the mat. Allow yourself to hang forward. You're releasing to the gravity. And then maybe you pulse your feet, pretending as if you're walking here, lifting your heels. Maybe you lift your toes. Whatever feels good for you today. And then slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Head, neck, and shoulders are last to rise. Standing strong. And at this point, we're going to open out to the long side of our mat. So kind of turn to the side and then take a giant step out. Ideally, you'll have your wrists and your ankles above each other. And let's inhale as we rise up, arms overhead. And then exhale as we slowly roll down from our hips. Eventually, our hands will reach the earth. And then bend our knees here. You have the hands planted on the earth, so you have the extra confidence of balance here. And then let's place that left hand in the middle of our feet, extending the right arm up. So you get a nice stretch along the back side of the body. Feel free to look down at your hand planted in the earth. Maybe look out at the side at 3 o'clock. Or if it's not too straining, feel free to look up at your right hand. And then on your next inhale, allow that hand to come down to the earth. Place it where the left one was and extend the left hand up to the sky. Once again, allowing your neck to come to whatever position feels most comfortable. Looking down at your hand in the earth, looking up towards the sky. And then on your next inhale, plant both hands down to the earth. Bring your hands up to your waist and slowly rise up. I'm going to ask that you heel toe your feet a little bit closer together. So I would say that they're a little bit wider than hip width. Turn your toes out to the side as if you're in a plie position, and then take a squat down. Hands coming out to the side in goal post here. And then on our next inhale, we're going to take our right elbow to our right knee. Inhale as we come back up to center. Exhale, left elbow to left knee. Inhale, coming to center. You can keep your arms like that as we go side to side. Or if you'd like a little bit of more of a stretch, take your hands down to your toes. Inhale to the side. Keep going at whatever pace feels good for you. Maybe, like I said, you extend your arms like blades, up and out. Let's take one more on each side. And then meet me in the middle. And a nice stagnant hold whenever you're ready. Nice job. Let's bring our hands to our hips, extend up. And then heel toe our feet together. Give them a little shake. Nice job. So from here, we're going to work on our balance. So you're going to put your weight on your left foot and then come on to the tippy toes of your right foot. We're working towards our tree pose. So you're going to allow the right hip, the hip is leading to turn out, and then you back your tippy toes of your right foot into your left ankle, maybe your left calf, or maybe your left inner thigh. So just like we always have done, you have many options for your legs, many options for your hands. It can be at heart center, it can be up in the air. Maybe you clasp them behind you, grabbing opposite elbows. Breathing here. Nice job. And then release your knee to the front, placing it down. Giving your feet a little bit pulse through your legs. Let's take it to the other side. So come onto the tippy toes of your left toe, open throughout your left hip, and then walk back your toes to your ankle, your calf, or maybe you come into your inner thigh. Choose maybe the same hand position, or maybe you choose another one for this side, challenging yourself, making sure you're breathing. Sometimes on the balancing poses, we forget to breathe and we hold our breath. And then bring your knee into the front of our body, placing it down, giving yourself a little shake here. Nice. Let's come back to the top of our mat. And we're going to slowly just roll down, kind of a reverse roll up, planting our fingers, coming up onto those tippy toes, lowering down even further, coming into that ball that we've had throughout our sun salutations. Our neck is tucked, our chin is tucked. We're sending breath to the back of our body. And then walk your hands back behind you so you can slowly come down onto your booty. Once again, rolling in that ball position, coming onto our back, rocking our knees side to side. And from here, we're going to come into a bridge pose. If you would like to have the supported option, go ahead, grab your block or your pillow or your cushion, whatever is available for you. For the rest of us, we're just going to place our feet on the mat, our arms alongside our body. Make sure that you can feel those heels with the tips of your fingers. And then on our next inhale, we're going to press down into the earth, sending our hips up to the sky. Whether you place that support underneath your sacrum, that lower spine and our booty, or you're hanging out here using your strength. Really engage through the inner thighs. Pretend like there's that balloon, that ball in between them. Those strong glute muscles and of course your abs. And then if you're on your own accord, lower down slowly. For those that are on a supportive position, feel free to stay in that. And then let's take it up once again, those that are freestanding, pressing into our heels, sending our hips to the sky. Maybe you clasp your hands underneath your booty, tucking your shoulder blades into the earth, stretching throughout that front shoulder blades. And then lower down, making sure that you're keeping your head straight up. You don't want to be looking side to side when you're putting weight on your cervical spine, those tiny bones in the back of your neck. And we'll take it up one more time for those that are on their own accord, those in the supported position. Enjoy this time. Send breath to your body, that front hip flexor, those abs. And then those that are up on their own weight, once again, check your alignment, making sure that you're squeezing in your thighs, you're wrapping those strong hip muscles around. And then for all of us, let's lower down. If you have that support, feel free to release it. Bring your knees into your chest once again, rocking back and forth. And at this point, we're going to place that left foot down onto the earth, send that right leg up to the sky, just like we started. Point and flex our toes. Maybe feel if there's any differences in the mobility that you have after this time together. And then let's flex that foot, allowing ourselves to pull that leg in just a bit. Slight micro bend in your knee. And then like we did before, let's cross that right ankle over the left knee, slightly giving some pressure outwards on the inner right thigh. Breathing here. And then let's allow that right leg to come over. Maybe it's starting to press down that big toe onto the ground as you straighten the left leg and allow yourself to stretch out over to the side. The right knee falls down to the earth. Your arms can be out at a T, they can be in our goalpost position. Maybe your eyes have allowed themselves to close. Breathing here. And on your next inhale, take your left hand out to your right knee, hoping to guide it back to center. Both knees into your chest, rocking back and forth. This time extending your right leg out, your left leg up, pointing and flexing with the left foot. Taking any notice, maybe rolling out the ankle. And then let's flex that toe, guiding your slightly bent knee and leg towards your nose. Maybe you feel the stretch along the back side of your leg. Sometimes for me, I feel it in my lower back. And then let's cross that ankle over the right knee. Guiding with the left hand on the left inner thigh, outwards. Sending breath once again into that often tight hip joint. And then just like we did on the other side, start to lean your body over to the right. Eventually the left toe will touch down onto the earth, extending that right leg out straight and allowing yourself that stretch alongside the back body, all of the left side. Taking your arms to a T position or to that field goal post. Closing your eyes, allowing yourself to feel all the feels. On your next inhale, take your right hand to your left knee, hoping to guide it back to center. Knees into your chest. And then if you'd like, bring the soles of your feet together. Bringing the heels into the sacred space, opening your knees. Once again, stretching out throughout the inner thigh and hip. And then opening up and out to our happy baby pose. Grabbing the outside of our pinky toe edge, pressing down. Maybe you're rocking side to side here. If it feels good, straightening one leg, bending the other. Straightening the other leg, bending. And just slowing down your movements. Allowing your body to start to take in all of what we've done this afternoon. And let's come to our final happy baby. Legs are out. Bringing the soles of our feet back together in our supine Baddha Konasana. Allowing our knees to come into our chest. And then Let's lift up a little bit, grabbing opposite elbows, coming into a nice firm ball. Give ourselves one last hug here together. Inhale, and then exhale, releasing, coming into our Shavasana, allowing yourself to take up the space that you deserve. Our toes might flop out to the side, our arms and our hands face up. Allow your eyes to close if that feels comfortable for you. And let's take an inhale through our nose together. Exhaling through our mouth. Once more, nice strong inhale through our nose. Exhale through our mouth. Rest here. And as with every class, I'll watch the time and the space so that you can relax here. No forced breaths. Eyes closed and just being. Start to deepen your breaths. Strengthening the inhale. Strengthening the exhale. And send some movement into your fingers and your toes. Rolling out your wrists and your elbows. And then allow yourself to roll into a fetal position on the right side. Taking a breath or two here. And then press down into the earth with that top left hand, guiding yourself up, head last to rise. And I'll meet you in a comfortable seated position. That could be Virasana like I am. It could be Sukhasana with your ankles crossed. Bring your hands to heart center, allowing your eyes a soft gaze or to be closed. And slightly bowing your chin into your chest. Taking a breath here. Thanking yourself for showing up to the mat this afternoon. And if you would like, feel free to join me on the inhale for Om. Let's inhale together. Om. And bring your knuckles to that third eye, that point of intuition between your eyebrows. Give yourself a little massage. And then bow down, sealing our time together. Inhale as you rise up. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Have a great week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.